This is The Scoop for Thursday.
I'm Lisa Marzilli with the WMNF News headlines. As drought conditions continue to impact the region, residents across Tampa Bay area will soon face tighter water restrictions. Spectrum News reports the Southwest Florida Water Management District is set to enter a modified Phase 3 water shortage, bringing new limits on when and how residents can use water. Officials say the area is currently nearly 14 inches below normal rainfall levels, and that gap is not expected to close anytime soon, even with the summer rainy season approaching. Starting tomorrow, lawn watering will only be permitted between 8 p.m. and 4 a.m. on designated watering days. Restaurants are being urged to only give out water to customers who specifically ask for it. A federal court has sided with the University of Florida's United Faculty of Florida chapter to protect its right to arbitration. WMNF's Chris Young reports union leaders say it's a victory for professors.
A 2023 Florida law banned arbitration. That's the legal process of resolving disputes outside the court system. The law replaced it with a procedure giving university presidents more authority. But a federal judge said it conflicted with the Federal Arbitration Act. Florida Education Association President Andrew Spar says the ruling is important, especially as college presidential appointments get political.
Because of that, professors need that level of job security so that they're not decisions are not being made on a political whim, but are really being made based on expectations of high academic standards that we want to have at our universities.
Spar says they're working to assess contracts at other universities to ensure arbitration rights are protected statewide. Chris Young, WMNF News.
At the University of South Florida's St. Petersburg campus, professors and students are teaming up to turn bare seawalls into a thriving oyster habitat. As WMNF's Juanita Hurtado-Huerfano reports, it all started with a student mistake.
It was before Professor William Ellis arrived at USF's Department of Integrative Biology. He was conducting an experiment with students measuring oyster growth. They hung plastic mats with oyster shells on PVC poles near the water. They didn't see much growth, at least until a student forgot to pick up the mats when Ellis left for sabbatical.
After a year of being out in the field, I noticed that oysters were growing on vertically oriented structures very, very well, and just 7 feet away, nothing. And this is actually where an oyster reef was the year before. So big decline.
Ellis then put the mats on a seawall. Half of each mat was caged, and soon the cages overflowed with oysters. When he joined the university staff sometime later, he teamed up with an art professor from USF's Honors College. She worked on 3D printing with clay. Soon after, students were hanging clay-made oyster homes along Bayboro Harbor's seawall.
They look like a honeycomb where the cells are uneven.
They hope to make the project an open-source initiative that can be replicated across Florida. For WMNF News, I'm Juanita Hurtado-Huerfano.
Hillsborough County Commissioners approved 2 motions yesterday that the Tampa Bay Times reports could have significant effect on the outcome of negotiations between the county and the Tampa Bay Rays. Prior to voting on a stadium deal, commissioners will receive a legal opinion on whether Hillsborough's half-cent sales tax can help pay for a county-owned stadium. They'll also hold a public workshop to discuss the deal's terms, which have not yet been publicized. In 2024, voters approved extending the half-cent sales tax by a narrow margin, after most of the current commission said it should be off-limits to new sports stadiums. It's going to be partly sunny today with a high of 86 and a 50% chance for some much-needed rain. Lows tonight will be in the upper 60s. Partly sunny on Friday with highs in the upper 80s and a 30% chance of afternoon showers. I'm Lisa Marzilli with the WMNF News headlines.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.